What's up, everybody? Let me get some sound going for us. Let's see. Turn that up. Get a master volume. How did I get that scream? The old Van Halen. So I pull off on the string, my thumb, nice trick there. So anyway, I decided to bring this guitar into the light. Beautiful guitar. I'm loving these more and more every day. So anyway, this video is going to be a couple issues and problems and band things and how rehearsals should go and what you need to do to protect yourself. But the first thing I'm going to get into, I bought for the band, is kind of cool. Let me turn this over here. Let me turn this on. So as you can see, that is called the Morpheus DropTune pedal, which came out probably about 15 years ago, 13 years ago. They are still relevant and they still work better than some of the other ones, but not for bass. It doesn't track the bass really well. So what it is it has a toggle switch that's monetary that you can step on so you can come in and out of the different pitches and create some weird things. It's also got it's got music notes and they light up and you can actually, so like I'm in bypass now, so I can go to the pitch I want and it goes half step and I'm in bypass. So it's a cool feature to have, and it's a review on that, and I'm just giving you an update on these guitars. So we had an issue with that in my band, which ain't my band no more, and no longer friends. And I'll explain a little bit of that in a minute. So anyway, these are unbelievably great guitars. The white one is right here. I had a chance to get some other guitars and I chose these. I just really like these. They got a decent weight, not too heavy, not too light, but most of all is right up here, the cutouts and stuff, but this is mostly about the Morpheus DropTune. Okay, now the Morpheus DropTune I bought used. They're probably around 13 years old or so. They were expensive, but now you can pick them up for like anywhere from $100 to $200. I got mine for $125, and so on Reverb, it's a great deal, especially if you're playing gigs and you got to go through different tunings. and you got like a Floyd on there that you can't really drop and stuff, you can drop tune with that. And then you don't have to bring a ton of guitars. 2 guitars get you through a gig. So I am running my Fractal. Sounds better through an amp, no matter what anyone says. So that's my lead patch. Here's my rhythm patch. In the band rehearsal, they couldn't hear me on the leads. I don't know. Anyway, come to find out, I called another friend of mine, and we won't get into name dropping and everything, but basically I'm out of the band, been bamboozled out, and I lost some friendships over it because the guys in the band didn't stick with me and side with me because the singer was really good. But anyway, there's a lot more to that, and we won't get into all of it, but let's just say the singer's full of shit. And when you deceive people and start a band from deceiving, here's the problem, okay? And he's probably gonna watch this, and he can comment, but then people will know who you are. So use your head, because you will get crushed. Number one, when you build a band and you say, my band has been lasting, no, it's not your band, it's your product. Because you created a name and you're booking gigs, it's not your band. It is your band, kind of. But if all those band members that leave and you don't have no one to play with you, you have no product, you have no band. So you got to get the idea that it's your band. Your band doesn't matter. Those are your band mates, and they're what keep you going. And how I know this is I talked to a friend, and I've seen some of the other stuff. The bass player Marcos, who I'll name because he's not around here no more, and this goes back into some of the stuff I was talking about. If you're that great of a singer, why do you keep going through band members? Because you're not that smart. I don't care who you talk to in the industry. You've never been in the industry. You don't know how it works in the industry. You're fooling yourself. Plain and simple. Now, I'm not bashing anybody, but these are reality. This is a reality check and facts. So I already had texted my drummer about this whole situation. I knew what he was doing and his hidden agenda, and called it before I was even told that they're going to rehearse with his guitar player and his cover band that knew all my parts. So that's kind of how this worked into it. He was not going to piss off his guitar player and his cover band, or he walks, and then he's going to go through the whole process of finding another guitar player. And that's a hard process, especially when you've burned a lot of bridges with a lot of musicians. You know, when you get 10 bass players in a year, go through 50 guitar players in 10 years, there's an issue. And it's probably not with the band. It's probably with the guy who thinks it's his band. Just saying. But we were not going to go whole in depth about that because guys like me don't really give a shit. And I already have a full band with some heavyweight players. Guys from 38 Special and so on. So in one day I put a full band together. They're already rehearsing the songs. They'll learn the songs fast. And now he's burned his bridge with me because he lied. So let's say it doesn't work out with his band. And I know what happened. You're not my friend. So there's rules, and this goes back into the video that was taken down, by the way, because I got a copyright strike. So let me reiterate, this is not bashing anybody. If I was bashing people, I'd call you out by name. I'd call you out by band. So it's not bashing. These are facts and reality checks going through life. Number one is you first come to your family. If you're gonna put music or something before your family, you've lost them. If you put music or friends a second, if you put music or business before your friends, you've lost your family and friends. Now you got integrity, character, self-control. I mean, those are lessons in life that you need to go through to be successful. If you put that business before that, now you've lost your family, your friends, and that goes in along with your integrity, because if you've done that, and lost your integrity and the character and everything, and discipline, self-control, then that was the reason why you lost all that, because that was the key. So family, friends, music, having fun with the guys you play, and then having principles for yourself, which should have been number one: morality, integrity, self-control, character, being loyal and honest. But again, I'm going to rate some songs for Mr. Levine tonight, and because that's what I do best. But I have a lot of knowledge. So again, this isn't bashing people. These are lessons learned in life. Like my guitar playing. This took a lifetime to learn. Number two, in the Scorpions thing, even though it's blues based, I realized something about the Scorpions tribute. Matthias wants to be a shredder. Because if you listen to Bad Boys, as guitarists have progressed and the Yngwie's been around, and you hear him doing solos like, he's trying to shred. You can watch it on Matthias Jabs. I recommend you guys to go watch him. He has his own Matthias Jabs tribute band. He has his own tribute band, which, as a matter of fact, has 3 guitar players so that they can pull some of these songs off. But they're mostly kids, and they're really good. And I'm sure he showed them all the parts. And by the way, to the singer, your guitar player does not play Still Loving You like Matthias Jabs. So he's not playing all the parts, right? So here's how it's played. You can watch any Matthias Jabs video. Here you go. I'm gonna give you a free lesson for your guitar player. So anyway, we'll get all that out of the way. Now, moving forward. So here's the one rule. When people throw stones at you, don't throw stones back. This is my channel, so I'm not bashing anybody. This is lessons and experiences for all my other people out there. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I'm sure these videos get watched even if you're not a subscriber. These are lessons for if you're building a band or something like that, and how to trust people, how to do something, the morals, integrity, the friends and family first. That all comes before the music. Music's a part of having fun, but because there's a business, people think they're cutthroat or stuff. And a lot of, let's face it, learning to play guitar is very selfish. You spend hours upon hours with yourself. Vocals are very selfish. Drumming is very selfish. It's selfish kind of business. And then when you get into it, that's why you have a lot of egotistical people, because they've put a lot of time into their craft and think that their shit doesn't stink. But you know what? There's millions of bathrooms and some good attendance. So getting that aside, band issues, band problems, that was my issue. But I'm not mad or anything, but at the same time, these people have lost friendships over stupidity, because if you put all your eggs in one basket and think this is going to work out, believe whatever you believe, because for me, it has to be built on foundation. When that foundation is built out of lies, it's going to crumble and fall before you, and then you're going to invest a lot of money when it gets down the road, and that's all on you. So I've started a new band with some big heavyweights who are my friends, who they're learning the songs right now. I go away, Christmas is coming, and then after that is New Year's, and then I have my birthday on the 5th. So I'll be going away. So this will be a little long video. doing a couple things. It's like a review of this, the Morpheus pedal, and some of the ideas behind rehearsal and what you need to do to put this together. Again, family first, friends. Try to do gigs with your friends. Try to play with your friends. Be loyal and honest to your friends. It's the only way to get anywhere. Truth always comes out. So you always want to be honest and you want to be loyal. There's a difference when you're playing in a band with your friends who are really your friends versus just guys that you think are your friends and, you know, really don't care. So I've built this next band in a day with some heavyweights, and I mean heavyweights. And we'll get into that and I'll film it. So what I do, I have original video. I have 6 hours of the rehearsals where I was told I wasn't playing my parts right. And I can post it all. I'll let everybody in that out there watch it, and then I can name names. And then you can compare it to the new band. Comments below. I probably won't do it anyway. But that's just besides the point because I'm not that big of a dick. But again, this ain't a bashing. So moving on with the new band, you know, we're going to do a national search. And I had some people searching already. So this is going to be fun. A lot of fun. The guitar player plays as good, if not better than me. And he looks like Rudolph. I mean, he is identical. You can put the hat on him right now. Walking into the room, he looks like Rudolph Schenker. Then I have my buddy on bass, who's actually a guitar player, and he's as good, if not better than me. And he's played with a lot of famous artists as well. And so does the guitar player. And he actually, again, the bass player is, I'll say his name. His name's Mark, but he's played with some big bands. You know, 38 Special is one of them. But he's actually gonna play bass. I went over to his house today, earlier. He's like, yeah. Told him the story, and he laughed. Oldest game in the playbook, he said. He goes, that's why I'm here cleaning my pool. So you have a lot of these older musicians who have been around and have seen it a million times, but that's besides the point. I've known them since we were little kids. So again, moving forward, rules. So you got to come up with a goal. First you find your friends, then you find a goal. The goal is to set the level of achievement. Now, when you're doing a band, you can't rush it. I've heard, I'm in a rush, but not in a rush. Make up your mind. Are you gay or not gay? Are you pissed or calm? You can't say rush and not rush. It doesn't coincide together. You need to create goals to achieve the level of success you want. And you have to have realistic, not fantasy goals, unless you have an agenda. But if you have realistic goals and you give yourself a basic timeline based on the principles of music, on how everybody rehearses, you have to understand when they go out for tours, Rolling Stones, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Jane's Addiction, you can Google it, find all your answers. Jane's Addiction's 8 weeks out, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That means they play the song 10 times a day, 5 days a week, which is 50 times 8 weeks, 50 times. So they're playing that one song 50 times 8. What did I say? 50 a week times 8 weeks. That's 400 times. They play a song 400 times before they go out on tour, just as an average. So in your set list, you've played 12 to 20 songs 400 times before you go out on the road. These are professional bands. If you think you're better than that, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know what the F you're doing. Realistic goals. So, the reason why they do that is because you don't practice because you make mistakes. You practice so you don't make mistakes. This is the mentality. Now again, remember, I've been in the business a long time playing with major label bands. I've even seen management companies come up and go, I don't like that guy. We'll sign the singer, the rest of the band's out. Do they take the deal or no? CJ, my buddy CJ, if you're watching this, he knows firsthand. He was approached by Sony Records. Do a record without your band. Did he? Nope, didn't take it. Should he have? I don't think so. It's about integrity and loyalty. He did the right thing. But that's also why I'm still friends with him today. Yes, we can be dicks and we can be assholes when we're poked, but we know the business really well. You don't make the kind of money that some people do without knowing the business. Because if you get in the business and you go broke, you got fucked and you don't know the business well. Facts. Like if I'm gonna join a band and I'm gonna be 57. I join a band, am I gonna be famous at 57? No, I'm not marketable. But if I could come up with a tribute band, I can make some $3,000, $4,000 a show, gigs, travel all over the United States with my connection. But that's why people haven't done it, because they don't know how. They really don't. So, whatever. Which is good for me, because the new band has all the same connections I do. And when people find out, you're playing with, you did what? Can I hear it? Send me a promo pack right away. Oh, one of those $20,000 promo packs? Sure. No problem. So you have that. So now you got aspects of the practice. Realistic goals. How many times a week you need to practice to make something work, or how many months is it going to take versus how many weeks. So these are realistic goals, and these goals are based on what you want to achieve. What kind of level? Do you want to play a bar for $600, $700, or do you want to go out with a tribute band making $3,000 or $4,000? Can't be rushed, and it has to take its time. And the more that you study the band, the more you learn about it, and that can't be done in 2 or 3 weeks. It takes time. Again, if everybody thought abs was easy and you could get abs in 8 weeks, ain't gonna happen for most of us. So you have that, and then you have, after you have the realistic expectations and achievements, and you've got your friends in the band, and you practice not to make mistakes, then you have other things involved. So I was told that being late to practice isn't as bad as not learning material. Now here's the thing, they're both bad. If you don't understand that, get out. Because if you miss 2 practices, you're fired in the major label industry. Two practices, you're done. You don't get a third chance. 3 strikes, you're out. You're gone. In the real world, 2 strikes, you're out. You're gone. So everything has its relevance, and everything is equally important, even though it might not seem it. So let's use this analogy. Let's say I went to an audition, I failed it. Oh well, for me, because I didn't learn all the material, right? And but let's say I was late to the audition for 30 minutes and I can't get in. I didn't even have the opportunity to show what I have because I'm too stupid to get there in ample amount of enough time when I knew it was my time to arrive at 3:30 and I show up at 4 o'clock. And then I use the excuse, but I had to drive a long way. Yeah, but you knew a week ago. Make plans. So everything has its relevance across the board. Whether the drummer's this or the guitar player's that, or you're the singer and you're late, for example. Everything has its importance in a band. You set a precedent and a tone for your band. By the way, the other video was taken down because I got a copyright strike because they thought it was this actual Scorpions in the background that I was playing to, and it's a YouTube track. So YouTube took it off with a copyright strike, which is funny because that video is still up. It's a backing track. Anyway, and some of you saw that and you was like, yeah, I didn't think you were bashing anybody. You're talking the truth. When you bash somebody, you call them out by name. But you know, it's kind of like the guy's going behind my back and not really telling me the truth either. So who's wrong? Not me. And I'm not bashing, but you don't see me, fuck you, this, that. You don't have to. So my goal with that is, if they throw stones, you don't throw them back. You put them in a pile, and you keep collecting them, and then you build a fucking mansion, an empire. You use what they throw at you, because then it's free material. Lessons learned. But so that's another rule. So you don't want to burn your bridges, especially on the lower level with somebody like me on a higher level, because I could blackball you and call all these people that I know in the international world of, or national world of management companies that book these bands, but I'm not going to do that. I'll let it self-implode. And these guitars sound great, just even acoustically. So another lesson to be learned, you know. So if you show up late and then you say, hey, let's run through this song again, or we got 2 minutes, they're not gonna kick us out. Listen, family first, friends second. If it's 8 o'clock at night and you want to stay till 8:15 because you think you're gonna get away with it, that's fine. But I'm leaving. I agreed from 4 to 8, 5 to 8. I need to go home and see my family. Family first. I got a kid who's 8 years old. I don't want him going to sleep without me telling him I love him. It might be okay for you, but it's not okay for me. Why? I'm a nice person. Anyway, going into that. So now you have some rules, and this goes out to my cover band friends. Don't rely on music as an income, because what happens if you don't claim that money when you get older and you don't have money for a private nursing home, you're gonna end up in a state facility because your family don't wanna fucking wipe your ass. And guess what? You're only getting $700 a month on Social Security, the bare minimum, because you've reached the age of retirement, but you didn't claim all your money. So they take the 3 highest earnings that you claimed, and that's what they base it off of. And now you don't have nothing. Can't pay your bills. Gotta give your Social Security for $700 to a retirement home that's a state facility, living in a bedroom with 4 other guys. They don't care if you're sitting in crap. They don't care. You're at the bottom of the pole now because you wanted to get away. Make an easy life for yourself. But it doesn't become any easier when you're older. That's a tip for you guys. Don't do it, because you're just going to screw yourself in the end. Another tip, cover bands, you can do whatever you want to the song. 99% of the people do not know music, which I told they were by the singer, even the leads. You're full of shit. I'm a music major with 2 degrees, and I played in the music industry for a long time. Nobody knew any of the leads. No one knows if you screw up Van Halen's Eruption except the guitar player. Nobody knows. Most people are pitch deaf anyway. That's why Poison made it. They had good songs, not great solos. It's the song. Your goal as a band is to make the band sound the best it is, and it's about the music, not a solo, not the vocal, not the drum. It's a unit, a band. Your job is to make the band the best that it can be. Hence the word band. You want to start a band? Yes. Do you want to start a karaoke thing where the singer just goes out on tour? As a tribute artist? Well, then you're going to have to pick somebody else than the Scorpions, because I don't know many tribute artists, impersonators going out as Scorpions. I know a couple, Elvis and Engelbert Humperdinck's. Johnny Cash, but even Johnny Cash had a band. So that's another thing. Going back into that, you know, make sure you have proper transportation, make sure that you're ready, make sure that your gear is ready. You know, like at the end, my wireless died and the battery died. I had a cable. I could have plugged it in, told them I didn't have a cable. It was already 5 minutes to 8. You're supposed to clean up and be out of there by 8. Again, I'm not pushing my family's time around. for a band. You're not my main source of income. I've already had that. I don't need the income. I'm going home to see my kid. Sorry. Other stuff. Be honest with your friends. If somebody's not pulling their weight, do it as a band. Don't insult them. Say, hey man, you gotta work on this part in here. And you don't even really need to do that. All you do is at the band meeting and say, hey listen, everybody made mistakes. You know where your mistakes are? Fix them for next practice, or have them ready in a week. You know, there's a good way to do it and a bad way to do it. But drop my pig. So, that's another kind of rule. Another rule at practice, if somebody makes a mistake, don't stop, because then you practice stopping in the middle of something and you get other people in the habit of stopping as well. You want to play through the whole song, go back and play it again, and play the whole song again, not parts. Go play the whole song until you get the whole song down, all of it. And don't jump song to song. You work on one song until you got it right 3 times in a row. When I play golf and I used to practice chipping, I practiced until I could get all the holes. I had like 30, 40 balls. I didn't put one of them on the side of 4 feet. That's how you practice to get good. Consistency. I don't hit driver, wedge, driver, or 5-iron. I hit hundreds of drivers in a row. Hundreds of wedges in a row. Not lately, but so those are some good tips based on what I've been through. Again, I'm not bashing anybody, because I'm going to have to keep saying that, because some people thought I bashed them and I don't know where they thought I bashed them at. If I went back around, if I said, you know, you weren't playing your parts right, it's all on video. It's all on video. From the first video you played the solo out of key to stopping and constantly. And that throws me off and it wears on me as a player, because then you're unprepared just as much as anyone else is unprepared. Now, again, this is a little bit long video because I went into some details about the bands and the issues and how you can fix them and how you get along and what's coming up for me. Same thing, you know, pick and choose your parts, study them. I studied them like hell. Like Rudolph's part, started with the third time around. It's that. But remember, I don't know my parts, so yeah. So know your parts. Again, know your parts, know the leads, have realistic goals. Learning scorpions with all the licks and all the scales and all the little things on Matthias's side, 2 weeks. If you think somebody can learn that all in 2 weeks, you can, but it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be right. A month and a half, 2 months around, you could have 15 songs down perfectly. So realistically, 3 months, you'd be ready for a tribute band. Once a week practice. Now, if you get the guys, like I could practice every single day. Like I said, I own 2 businesses. I don't have to work. I don't need to. I can practice every day. They don't have that luxury, but I do. So again, I could have did 8 hours a day practice, and in 4 weeks, yeah, we could have killed it. If Jane's Addiction's rehearsing 8 hours a day for 8 weeks out and they wrote the material, like the Stones. 8 weeks is 2 months at 40 hours a week rehearsal. Do the math and figure out a realistic goal. That's all I'm saying. And if you think you're better than them and you don't need to practice, more power to you. Especially if you're a singer in a cover band and you're doing half the material and you've been doing it for 10 years already, you're even more than prepared. But that's not realistic to get a band who's never even played the music together. So if you play the music together as a band, so going again at using this as example, moving forward, my band is not going to be together until I get back from after my birthday, which I will record, and we're only working on the music here at my house. Now, will it be good? Absolutely. Realistically, what I told these guys, 4 songs in 2 weeks, and then 4 songs the next 2 weeks, so 4 songs. So if you're doing 4 a week or 4 every other week to learn, so you figure 4 a week, that's 5 weeks. So in 10 weeks, which is a little over 2 months, figure 3 months, you'd be ready to do a tribute band. So we're doing it without a singer for now to get the music down first, and then we have national people looking for a singer that's out there nationally, maybe even globally. So that's how this is going to work, and we're going to be ready for when he comes in, not try to make it work as we're doing it together. No, that's the wrong way to do it as well. Hence, go watch rehearsals of Korn or some of the other bands. There's no singer there. They're tightening up all their music without a singer. That's the best way to do it, and they're doing it for weeks out. Love these guitars. Again, I don't know my parts, but that's besides the point, because it's like kicking a dead horse. He thinks he's right and he's wrong. I get it on video. Again, I'm not going to put it out there, but I have it on video. So, let me know what you guys think down below. I hope this helped you guys build a foundation. Make sure it's a solid foundation. That means get some of your friends to play together, not a band whore, not someone playing just for money. Some good guys that you can trust that aren't going to screw you, because that's how it goes. Even Ninkum with Brain, I played golf with him. He was telling me that his business partner screwed him in rockin' ribs over here. And they got into an argument or battle or something, even legal stuff. Again, another great guy, but you know, shit happens, so you gotta be careful. But he's lucky because he has contracts and lawyers, and I have that kind of stuff too. But again, they won't need it. The butterfly. Oh yeah, the little butterfly. Just gotta tighten the arm up pretty good. Oh good. Nice. Anyway, this video is long enough. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to go down there and post whatever you think you feel, or if you have any questions about the industry, have any questions about putting a band together. And for you guys, you know, like if the singer's watching, you don't believe me, you can Google references on what's important in band rehearsal. You can type it up on YouTube, band rehearsals, and 99% of the people will tell you you are wrong. So that's for the singer. If you guys don't understand or you don't believe what I'm talking about, Google up the importance of band rehearsals or how many weeks out, like Rolling Stone plays. I think my inside information was, I think they play from 4 to midnight. They take dinner at 7 o'clock, 5 weeks out. Korn was 8 weeks out. Jane's Addiction was 8 weeks out. A lot of those guys, that's their job and that's what they do. They play for 8 hours a day. That's how they look at it, 40 hours a week. If somebody's working 40 hours a week, it's a job. Other than that, I don't think I have any more information, unless there's something that you want to know about that I haven't talked about. Getting into band situations is very expensive. Obviously, you know, I bought I got 3 of these. 2 Jacksons, the white one's back here, and they're beautiful guitars again. And then I got the Gibson over there. Am I upset that I bought them? No. Like I said, the money thing doesn't matter to me. And CJ, I'll be seeing you soon. And CJ, if you see this video, type in the comments what your kid's band. So to explain about that, they didn't understand. CJ asked me to go look at their kids at a rehearsal. I gave them a bunch of ideas. Jake has come around a long way. He's an incredible guitar player. I see him a lot more than I see Nico, but Nico's a great, incredible singer. They're recording an album or recording something now, but I know they're headlining some kind of metal fest soon. They're kids and they're really good. But the thing is, and CJ explained to him, if you want to know anything about what this guy did, ask him. So I went and saw him and they asked, they understood, and now they're on their way. So, you know, I'm not going to help your band out, but I can help you with knowledge or, you know, Coco. I forget the name of his band right now, but he's a friend of mine. He lives in Canada. He asked me for some contact information. I gave it to him. It helped out a lot, I hope, or pointed him in the direction of somebody that could help him. So, great guitar player. Listen to what I had to say and help them. These are great necks. If anybody knows these are, what are these called? Demolition guitars. I don't know who the guy is. I guess that's not important to me. But if you know the specs on this neck, I think it looks like rosewood. It could be baked. I don't know what it is, but it looks like real rosewood. And I'm gonna say, it is a Floyd Rose special, but it stays in tune incredibly well. And I see, if you see on the label, one's blacked out and one's not. So I think this is the EMG, the 8185. And I can look real quick. How can I check that? All right, I got an idea. Let me put this down real quick. Let me check my older, that ESP. Don't smash. Don't smash. So let's check this one. This is a great guitar too. These are older EMGs, so I don't think they're the same. Anyway, the same thing. This looks like a real Floyd Rose. That's not a special. These have 2 silver EMGs. But again, Nice guitar. My buddies at Sam Ash. You want anything? Call Sam Ash Creek. Ask for Tony or Chris. Great people. The guitar department's great. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a cream binding. This is a 1000 M1000 that I did. If you guys haven't seen that before, very cool guitar. And again, the reason why I haven't played in bands in a long time is because I got tired of the BS. You know, to be honest, you have to endure a lot of that with the band stuff and going into that. But, you know, I don't want to get into all of it. But a lot of the local guys at local levels, they think they're somebody they're not. They do. I'm not trying to put anyone down, but they all are delusional. They're going to be famous at 50, 60 years old instead of worrying about who their friends are and keeping friends, or just playing and having a good time. It becomes about this, and then I'm going on tour, I'm going to be famous, I'm going to be... No, you're not, you know? So what do you want to lose friendships over? A band that might not even work out because you're banking on that? Listen, I'm not like that. I rather keep friends and whatnot, but if you have any questions, post it down on the bottom and let me know. Peace.